Hey y'all, thanks for watching us on The Real MC. With us tonight is Clarke Finney, Big 2 News and Fox Morning News anchor. Hey girl.
Hey,
thanks
it's so
for coming
good to
back.
see you. I'm glad we got our hugs in.
I know.
When I first walked in, I needed my Marcie hug, so I'm happy that we got to have our moment. I feel like I haven't seen you.
We have a texting relationship right now
I
because
know,
we're
we
both
do.
so busy.
It's long distance.
It is very long distance.
We're maintaining.
We're 15 minutes apart most of the day. Long distance. We're working on it. I love it. So you were gone this weekend. Where were you?
I went to a place called Possum Kingdom.
Okay.
And not spelled like possum, but I guess it's after a song. Like, I feel like there is a song. Someone told me there's a song called Possum Kingdom, so I got really excited about it.
Hey, can y'all look that up? I actually think that there's a band. A band from
called
Possum Kingdom.
Yeah.
I think Possum Kingdom is like spelled Possum Kingdom. I don't know. But there's a big band from Possum Kingdom actually. I went to school in Graham for a little while.
Okay.
And kind of grew up around Possum Kingdom Lake for a few years when my grandparents moved there. So I love that area.
I love the lake. It's absolutely beautiful, and it was just what I needed. I feel like I needed to go somewhere other than a big city, because usually when I want to get out of town, I like to go to Dallas or San Antonio or those, large cities that have the shopping malls and the restaurants that I miss so much. But this time, it was really nice to just go out to the lake and relax.
No makeup, no phone, no
Right.
hair, nothing you had to do.
It was perfect. I had breakfast. I cooked a full breakfast. I woke up early and I just felt so well rested, and it was amazing.
Are you a good cook?
I'm a pretty good cook.
Are you?
Yeah, I pride myself on my cooking. So it was really nice to be able to feel like I had the time to do that. And I wasn't on my phone a ton. Of course, I took pictures and everything because it was just so gorgeous. It was literally like out of a fairy tale, where there were deer just frolicking around for no reason. I was like, where did these deer even come from? Because it was just so, it looks like just
I probably
unreal.
look at deer a little differently than you do. I usually look at them through a scope, but
Up close, okay. Their teeth can be a little,
I look at them really close
sketch.
through a scope.
But from far away, it was gorgeous. All the grass was so green, and I remember waking up super early, and no one else was up yet. The sun had just come up, and the lake was so still, it kind of looked like glass.
It was just there.
It was everything. Everything I could have imagined, so I loved it.
Spent way too many summers at Hell's Gate. I don't remember most of them, but now when I go back, I do the same kind of trip. Yes.
Yeah.
These trips at 40 are relaxing and calm, and that is one of those places that we can go that's right here. We forget about PK being so close.
Yeah, that's true. And they have the Red Bull, what's the competition called? It's some kind of Red Bull flight competition where they do the boats.
Oh,
They jump off the side of that little cliff at Hell's Gate, because we went to Hell's Gate and I thought it was just awesome. I couldn't imagine it during spring break where all the boats are lined up and
those were
you
the
can
lost
barely
years.
breathe because it's too hot already, and then people's body heat. Like I just couldn't do it. But it was a lot more relaxing than I thought it would be, and it was perfect.
I love it. So we were in Vegas. I was not relaxed. We left Friday, flew home, and so we do Vegas a little. I don't know. I'm a gambling degenerate, actually, is the problem. Degenerate.
It's fine. Wait, we have to...
My husband is an enabler.
Toast to honesty.
But I like to call my addictions hobbies. So my little gambling hobby that takes us to Vegas.
Is it like penny slots, or are you at the tables?
I have a problem. Degenerate. I play blackjack like it's...
that'll get you.
Like with a passion. Like I play it like Cody says that I play.
I can see it in your face.
Cody says I play blackjack like an old man from a small town with 3 days to live and nobody to leave his money to. Like I'm gonna stay there.
You know what? We're not promised tomorrow, so maybe
you only live one time.
Maybe I'm doing
take it with you. These are the things I tell myself until the morning after is not when you wake up and you're like, oh wait, that was bad.
Oh no, I have an electric bill to take care of at the end of this month.
My kids don't have to eat every day.
They don't. They can figure it out.
They can switch it up. Yeah. That's mean. But so we did Vegas and all that Vegas has to offer, and came home. We landed, picked up our kids from my parents, took 1 to 2 a days, took 2 to meet the teacher, took 3 to get a haircut. It was like until 11 o'clock last night. We are idiots. Nobody goes to Vegas the weekend before school starts. Nobody does. So dumb. When you have kids,
Amazing.
like note to future self.
Right.
Do not go to Vegas the weekend before your kids start school. It's a bad plan.
But what if I need to, though?
Well, I mean, you do need to sometimes. I needed
Okay.
to this time.
If I need to just one more weekend before I have to, crack open the books and remember long division.
You send your husband to Walmart on Tuesday night while you film a podcast and have him pick up those school supplies. That's what you do.
I love it.
Perfect. Yeah. So
It
that was my
works out.
plan.
Oh, that's awesome, though.
So they start tomorrow. So we are going to do, of course, we've been seeing all the pictures today of all the moms in the inner tubes and the pool.
Oh, yeah.
With the mimosas and the pissed off kids on the side
Getting
of the school.
ready.
Yeah. So it reminded us that we need to thank all the moms, and not just the moms, the dads, the grandmas, the babysitters, the busy people, because it takes a village, obviously.
Yeah.
But we're going to do 20% off of our Slim Shots this month, or this month. No, not this month. Everybody stop. Only till Saturday. From
Take
now
it back.
till
It's
Saturday.
the blackjack. It's the wine.
It's the
coming.
blackjack.
It's full circle.
See? So this week, for the rest of this week,
Okay.
we're going to do 20% off of our Slim Shots to get all of you back in. I mean, everybody's going to be sick. We're starting school.
Yeah.
Kids are licking, snotting, touching.
Oh,
You're
yeah, that's
tired.
right.
You're exhausted. You have to get up way earlier now. So we're doing 20% off Slim Shots because we all need them to survive this week.
Yeah. That's a nice little incentive.
You haven't had one yet, have you?
I have not.
Okay, that is
Yeah.
next on that we've talked about. I
want to
talked
try
about this last week.
Yeah, I think you talked about the benefits because I was a little curious,
So I was texting you about it last week. I've been on Slim Shots for a year and a half religiously. I was on them for probably a half a year before that, but I didn't do all the things that go with Slim Shots. If you came in here and changed nothing else about your lifestyle and started taking a weekly Slim Shot, a Slim Shot is a lipotropic injection.
Okay.
So you've got B12, we know what that is, right?
Right.
Energy, immunity, all your B complexes, inositol, choline, methionine, they all aid in weight loss. You have biotin for your hair, skin, and nails. You have L-carnitine for lean muscle mass, and vitamin D. People don't give vitamin D enough credit. We actually think of vitamin D a little bit more like a hormone than a supplement because it helps promote mental clarity.
Okay.
But also detoxifies the body. I don't care if you're starving yourself. If you are not detoxifying your liver, you are not losing weight. I don't care who you are. Can't lose weight if you don't detoxify the liver. So,
Yeah, very important. And that's interesting that it gets the toxins out.
that was the part of it that I thought you would actually be the most excited about.
Yeah.
Because we worry about, we're working out, we're eating right, we're doing our best but are we getting enough vitamin D? It's
Right.
not one people think about. Your vitamin B12 shot, we all talk about B12. Lots of
that's
people
true.
take it over the counter. People are getting better about their vitamin D and taking it at home. But think of your Slim Shots as, taking your B12 and your vitamin D.
Yeah.
And
I actually do take B12.
And you
I
should.
put it under my tongue and I'm like, it takes a little weird, but I chug some water or whatever I have to do and I feel really good throughout the day. Yeah.
Well, think of doing that as brushing your teeth and then coming to get that Slim Shot or lipotropic injection as going to the dentist to get your teeth cleaned. So it's that next level.
Right.
So anyway, for all you tired moms and grandmas and dads that need energy and mental clarity to promote productivity, lipotropic injection. So they're 20% off
Interesting.
all this week.
Yeah, I want to learn more about that too and definitely let's do it.
I think you need to get one in the morning.
Uh-oh.
Oh, that next week.
In the morning, next week. Yeah, we'll plan it out.
We'll talk.
Just have one side of my body sore.
Just the one. And actually, it's nothing. Honestly, it's
okay.
a 2-minute shot. You can walk in and get them Monday through Saturday, and it's in the top of your hip, just like any injection. Burns a little bit going in. We do it slowly, but it's easy breezy. Takes 2 minutes. It's not that big of a deal.
I like the sound of it.
And you can actually even take them to go if you don't live in Midland and it's hard to get over here every single week. You can take them to go. They metabolize fat. Weight loss is the biggest side effect. Energy, weight loss, and you sleep better. So those are the biggest side effects of a Slim Shot.
Those are some good side effects.
Yeah. For me,
You get to go to sleep easier. I already struggle with that. I'm up right now because I can be, but
Well, I don't really struggle with falling asleep. I struggle with staying asleep at night, and I struggle with like not being able to get up in the morning because I struggle staying asleep.
Yeah.
So for
the
me,
tossing and turning.
yeah. For me, it's that moment of I can wake up at 5 o'clock in the morning or 4:45 to go to the gym, and I just don't care. I'm like, okay.
Right.
For me, that's life changing. The reason I take Slim Shots is because I can fly out of bed in the morning. And I'm tired and exhausted all the time. So I do them for energy.
The biotin as well for hair and nails. I think that's been my kind of, don't look at my nails because they're growing out and I need to get a fill. I actually want to get these acrylics taken off and have my natural nail. But for me, my nails, they're naturally thinner. And so I do take biotin and hair vitamins and things like that to help promote that growth. So that's interesting that that's a part of the main ingredients to that shot.
Well, and getting it right into the bloodstream is just different than taking it orally every day. But L-carnitine, so that promotes lean muscle mass. That's the main ingredient in your Slim Shot, your lipotropic injection, is L-carnitine for lean muscle mass. Okay. So what I saw that's not the one you see right off the bat. When you start
you have to give it time.
Yeah. You start taking your lipotropic injections. The first one you take, I tell everybody, don't expect anything. Don't expect miracles. Expect placebo effect. Like, I did something, I spent money, I think I feel better. Right? But usually it's that second shot, it's like a light switch. People, you wake up, like I said, 4:45, like, okay, don't mind getting up. And it's like having a clear view of everything you need to do in the day. Like you're productive, mentally clear. It's a game changer. Oh. Game changer.
I need that. Yeah, right now I'm just kind of surviving off of coffee and sheer willpower because I have to wake up, as you know, around 1:30 every morning so that I can wake up to leave wherever I'm at by 2 a.m. so I can get to work by 3. And sometimes it's hard. It's still kind of dark outside, so those chemicals are still releasing that promote, sleep, and you're not supposed to be awake yet. The sun's not up, that brightness isn't there, and so it's very hard for me to get up and get moving and kind of turn on my brain per se, instead of just being in this mode of exhaustion and then kind of driving to work and being focused enough to get there safely, but when I get into check scripts and things like that, barely being able to read until a certain time during the day. I mean, it's a struggle sometimes. So yeah, I do turn to coffee and things like that to kind of
get one tonight. And like I said, don't expect miracles tomorrow, but we'll do one tonight and then we'll do one next week. And after the one next week, you'll be like, game changer.
Okay.
You'll be able to tell a difference in waking up.
That sounds good.
But just, you work out, you spend all your time in the gym, you try. And the L-carnitine is one that you won't see initially off the bat. It's one that, like, after you're on it for about 6 months, 5-6 months, you're like, why are my muscles so big? It's a combination of things. People on average, and this is not a guarantee because everybody's different. Some people lose 0 weight. They just feel way better.
Yeah.
But people on average lose 5 to 7 pounds per package of Slim Shots. That's about 1 pound a week.
Interesting.
That's huge. If you combine it with intermittent fasting, which I have for the past year and a half, it's even like that's how I've kept off. I was 167 a year and a half ago.
You look amazing too.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I was 167 a year and a half ago, and I stay between 135 and 140 right now. But I had gotten down to 130, but my muscles looked way bigger, and I thought it was because I got all the fat off of them.
Yeah.
But I think the L-carnitine had a huge role in lean muscle mass. That's what it does. Promotes lean muscle mass. So
I like that. And
yeah,
you
long
did
term.
That even if you don't see certain results as far as like weight loss, that it does make you feel better. So I feel like in the long run, that could kind of promote weight loss in a way, because if you do feel better, maybe you're more motivated or have the energy to go to the gym. So naturally, it kind of has a domino effect where you do kind of reach your goals because you're more disciplined and you're more focused. So.
Well, and I feel like whenever the kids go back to school, and I don't know, and you're not quite there yet, but you will call me someday and be like, I remember when you said you
50 now.
wanted to be floating in an inner tube with a mimosa tomorrow. Okay, this is what I was talking about.
Yes.
So our kids go back to school, and then it's like structure comes back into your life. And I can go back to the gym, I can get back into my real life. But honestly, it's so hard after it having been summer because it's a relaxed schedule. You don't have that routine. It's hard to go to the gym. It's hard to eat right, and it's hard to exercise. And so Slim Shots help a lot with that. But we're talking about getting back into school and what kids are going to have to deal with, and we're buying all the clothes, and we're doing all the things. Let me tell you, what we talked about the other day totally happened in my house.
Uh-oh.
My kid went from doesn't care what he looks like, could care less, like move on, out the door, don't care.
Did you shower? Yeah, the towel's not wet.
And that's a
it's
lie.
Not damp.
Yeah, like you brushed your teeth with your finger, bro. You're faking.
Oh,
like, no. And so I went from that to everything has to be Polo or Lacoste overnight.
How old is he?
15.
Oh.
15.
Okay, well, I can kind of.
I mean, right, but we all do.
I can kind of see that as being like because you kind of, the trends are so different nowadays and social media is so different. When I was growing up, I mean, I was still figuring my life out. Like, I think 8th grade or whatever, I still didn't know how to straighten my hair properly or put on makeup or anything. Now these girls are like, oh, I have designer this, designer that, looking more put together than me sometimes on air.
My son's girlfriend helps me with things. Like, she'll tell me where to find things. And she's
like
14.
styling you.
Yes.
Yeah, I mean.
I have 3 items of clothing in my closet right now from my son's 14-year-old girlfriend that she picked out for me. I mean, like, really.
Amazing.
But my point is, like, are they worse than us, Clarke? Like, social media, the comparison.
I think so.
I mean, is it, are we creating that? That at 14, she's not wearing aqua eyeliner and blue mascara and doesn't have frosty pink lipstick?
Oh, no. That was a phase. Do you remember the chunky sandals? Like the 90s.
Like the Doc Martens?
Yes.
Dude, I rocked some Doc Martens.
Wait, I still have a pair.
They're back.
They're
cool
making
again.
a comeback.
Yes.
But I honestly, I think that kids nowadays, it's kind of crazy because I've kind of disconnected myself a little bit from social media.
I love that.
Like I feel pretty comfortable in my own skin, and I found recently actually that I don't compare myself to other women, and I don't have this envious kind of quality that I think maybe I did in high school or middle school, where I was kind of like, oh, I wish I looked this way, or I wish I had this, or I want to go to Bora Bora. I don't have, like, I have things I want to do and trips that I'd like to take, but I kind of see inspiration and I find the beauty in different things and different styles and different people, but I've actually stopped comparing myself, and so it's just kind of an enjoyable, I'll be scrolling, and it's nice.
You found the balance.
I found that balance, and it feels so amazing to just love myself and to not, I can appreciate someone else's beauty and success without diminishing my own or questioning my own, and I don't know when that happened. I think maybe just in my career and naturally, but I kind of took a step back the other day and thought, wow, I'm not comparing myself to other people. And I find that, a lot of my friends, they'll text me or give me a call and they'll say, hey, I'm comparing myself to you. And I'm kind of the person that they're looking up to or looking to for fashion advice or whatever. And then I don't really know what to say to that because I'm just kind of living. Like I'll do things for work and I'll kind of format my posts, but I have so much creative freedom with my own social media accounts because I run them. So I just do whatever I want. If I feel like taking a break, I take a break. So it's interesting. But as far as younger
what's that saying
kids,
though about the influence that you, or the impact you have on people that you never even know, or what people see that you never know they took from you?
Yes.
That is huge. So you're influencing your friends. I mean, you're a news anchor. You're up and coming. I mean,
forget sometimes. It's weird. I don't think about that.
You're who we see on TV, on social media. You are those people. You are the people that we're comparing ourselves to, right? But for me, it's more about trying to, that's what I'm trying to do now.
Right.
Trying to put that focus of what am I putting out there and who's watching. And I was watching my kid and watching his girlfriend, and that's what made me think about this. Like, I'm not just influencing other 40-year-old people who burned their bangs off with a flat iron this morning. Those are not all the people that I'm influencing.
You didn't tell me that. I need to hear the story.
I did. But the people that we're putting stuff out there for, they are the 14-year-old too, and the 13-year-old. So they're watching you do makeup tutorials or whoever, whatever, of our generation, your generation, and they're just better at it. There is no aqua eyeliner or blue mascara and frosty pink lipstick. So what are we creating?
They know how to set their makeup and do lashes in 2 seconds, and it's
because so much information is available.
Crazy.
If I wanted to know something about something, well, I couldn't Google a makeup tutorial. I'm going to fix her. I'll tell you about it in a minute. But if I wanted to Google a makeup tutorial, I couldn't do that back then. I didn't even have a computer. I got my first computer when I was in college because I'm old. And so if I had to go look in the encyclopedia, what did we do back then? I don't even remember.
The Encyclopedia Britannica.
Did we go to the library?
Or a thesaurus somewhere.
Yeah,
I
but we had
remember
to
when
look
we
it
were
up.
required to, in high school, go to the library to find a paperback source, and then we could use one internet source. But now you can use Google Encyclopedia or whatever and still cite sources from a book, but you're doing it online. I mean, I don't know what teachers are going to do this school year.
I don't even
trying to get people to crack open a book and actually write notes when tablets are so, I mean, they're huge and people will just and type their notes. But for me, I have to write things out in order to retain it better. And I've always been kind of a note taker in that way. So even comparing that to how kids are, I mean, my first cell phone was a Nokia. Like the brick Nokia, navy blue with a little silver, had Snake on it, the only game, no internet connection.
Tetris.
Yeah, like texting was so just ancient. Are you here yet? Like
No, and you could have,
speak?
well, no, because you only had 100 minutes and you had to love, that's it.
Yeah,
you,
just
love, you can only talk
later with an 8.
Ready. I'm ready.
It's
so fast.
And then all of a sudden do you remember iPods? Like when you had to scroll kind of like a telephone, like those old school dial.
Yeah, but now they can literally pick up their phone and go, how do I do badass
Siri.
eyeshadow? Hey Siri.
Yeah.
And they can tell her how to show them how to look like a supermodel. So we just didn't have those resources.
That's
but
true.
It's the resources that are ruining our relationships and eating our brains, right?
Yeah.
So that balance. But I was watching him, and we've talked about that so much, about the comparison cycle. You and I have been talking about it. And I'm so worried about that with my kids.
Aww.
More than with me. Watching that this year, because it's the first time one of my kids has cared about stuff. Ooh. He never cared about stuff before.
See, that gives me anxiety.
Gives me anxiety.
I had coffee before I had this wine, but I think the conversation is what's causing my heart to
Yeah.
That's scary. And I think it's cool that we get to talk about this too, because you obviously have kids.
Yeah.
You are married, you have a family, and I'm not there yet. I'm millennial. I'm focused on my career and have a really great, healthy relationship, but I'm not thinking about things like that. And I feel, honestly, in a way, I feel complacent, where I'm just kind of okay, I'm good. I went through the craziness. I went through high school and college.
That part's over.
Yeah, and I wasn't, obsessed with different social media personalities, where there's so many different Instagram models and celebrities. But it's interesting if you think about the fact that Instagram, exists, it has its purpose. But what if Instagram just shut down and disappeared? How many Instagram models would be without a job?
Yeah, and listen,
so many.
Girlfriend.
How many companies would just cease to exist?
This has become the platform and the sole source of marketing for most businesses at this point. So all your businesses, but not even, so the other day, some of the girls that come up here, some of my little cute girls, my little college girls, were talking about going to an Instagram playground. Have you even heard of that? Girlfriend, I have not heard of it either. It is the craziest thing ever. Okay, so basically,
are you active? Are there swings?
No.
What?
It would be like if I gutted this place and just took everything out and turned every room into an Instagram playground, like an Instagram room. Or you can do a corner.
Where those
so
rooms are with the different aesthetics.
Balls.
You take pictures in there. Yeah.
Or it looks like waterfalls, or you're riding a unicorn or whatever. We were looking at some crazy ones earlier. But you pay $50 to go into these rooms to spend hours taking pictures of yourself to put on social media. And that is a form of entertainment at this point. That's how we're entertaining our
If
young
I saw
people.
an oversized lollipop, I get excited. I mean, that's kind of,
dude,
like the little girl
every
in
single
me,
picture, I was like, I want to do that. I want to go in there.
I would totally.
Yeah, me too. But it's crazy.
It's weird.
The idea of it is crazy. But when I was looking at the picture,
the idea that someone, I don't know if they started up this company by themselves, but I've seen different kind of models, I think, of that business format, because there's one in Dallas, and I think someone just followed me from one of their accounts, but I was like, where is this, a museum? Is this like a pop-up? I don't know what's going on. They're all these different colors and shapes and interactive. It was one of these Instagram playgrounds.
That's what it.
And
Yeah.
it looked like a good time, but I wonder what investor listened to the pitch of, okay, listen
to
imagine
this.
if I have this room and I just painted it blue and there's like a giant popsicle and a unicorn. Huh? Sound good?
Sounds
Give me
good.
like
Come on, get some.
$50,000 so I can make this happen. It blows my mind.
Blows my mind. I was trying to find this little piece that I was reading from this earlier.
Okay.
Um,
Yeah, because it's very interesting to
Basically,
see things different. And
yeah.
we didn't have this growing up. I think that's where we can kind of relate because in high school, I mean, what was I think Apple, like MacBooks started to become pretty popular. And I was like, great, I can do a PowerPoint without, frying my battery and having my computer just explode after 5 minutes of being on. But I was more excited about, oh, okay, I can use this for presentations and things like that. But Snapchat wasn't out yet. Instagram was still kind of gaining traction, I think, and popularity. Facebook, MySpace was still a thing.
Okay,
before it turned into
MySpace.
the music-only account. And so we were transitioning out of MySpace and
Come
having
a long
your
way
favorite
since
5.
MySpace. I just had a flashback to my MySpace.
Oh, gosh, top 5 friends.
Okay, so I'm just
Amazing.
looking at one of
Okay.
these Instagram playgrounds because I can't talk. I'm going to show you. But look at it. They're interactive. Don't look at my phone. It's tragic like my bangs. I dropped it in Vegas and dropped the top off of it.
There are cracks all over this thing.
I know. don't
Also,
even
your
look.
battery's so low.
Don't look.
Constantly.
Okay, so about my bangs though. Whenever Victoria and Jen tell y'all next door at our salon
Uh-oh.
not to turn your flat iron higher than 380, this is the why. You will actually melt and fry your hair. So
It
my
looks like my baby hairs that I
Yeah.
have still growing in.
I had it on 450, and I gave it a swoop here and a swoop over here, so we're short of sideburn and some bangs.
That's okay.
Anyway, don't do it on.
It'll grow back. That biotin and the Slim Shot.
Hey,
Girl,
got my hair
it'll
growing.
promote that hair growth.
but
Okay,
isn't
this
that crazy.
is the
So they're
cloud.
interactive, and you hang out in there. And
Is
you
it bad
do
that I
things.
actually want to do this though?
That's what I'm saying. As
There's
sick
a
as
giant
it is,
banana.
It's sick, and I'm horrified and so disgusted by the concept of this. Like it makes me want to gouge my eyeball out, and I want to go take pictures there.
Wait, they have
That's the
they have
sickness.
ice cream sprinkles on the floor.
Well, Clark's done. She can't even podcast.
I
Clark's
just
got to go. It's
But
fun, right? My
the
kids would have
rainbow
so much fun.
sprinkles all over the floor.
Yeah.
And you don't have to clean it up. You just go play in it. That's my dream.
Go play, jump in a bunch of balls, interactive
Ah.
with your friends, and then leave. You can get fake married. You can do all kinds of stuff at these things. Yes.
I'm sorry.
Instagram playground. So this is where we
This
have
is too
gotten.
much.
No, this is where we've gotten to this place where, and what about the Instagram influencers who are just faking it, first of all?
Yeah.
Have y'all seen some of that? Oh my gosh, some of those are so funny.
They are.
It's like
The tutorials.
you're on an airplane by the Eiffel Tower, you're sitting on the airplane. Like some of those are so bad.
Yeah, I like the photoshops and the kind of slapstick where influencers are making fun of that. But
But what about the ones where they really put them up there?
Ooh.
Like this. I don't know if y'all can see that. Can you see that over there, guys?
There's something going on with the right side. That's just
On my
not,
scary phone.
One of these is not
This
like
is
the
the
other.
kind of thing I'm talking about. Okay, so, I mean, this is obviously total straight up BS. This guy is not a true Trip D, okay?
No.
The guy's not a Trip D. But we
You looked so offended. You
I'm
were like,
offended.
the truth has
I had
to
to
come.
buy mine. You faked yours, bro. Like, not fair. But I feel like that's a lot of what is happening. I mean, we're cherry picking these pictures, the 500 poses to get the right booty shot,
Yeah.
the Facetune. I mean, we're comparing ourselves to what is not even real life in most situations. It's not even real. It's not attainable. It's not even something that we should aspire to be because it's this freak guy with his big boobs that he made in the gym with
Right.
Facetune. So when you sit back, and if I'm just the everyday person sitting back at home in my 8th grade softball workout shorts, wiping a butt with somebody hollering mom, and
Right.
I've got to cook dinner in 10 minutes, right?
Yes.
Not that guy, but other people who are more believable. But when I'm looking at your fabulous life, which is basically the highlight reel, it's your job promotion, your lavish trip, your kid's amazing. You're not seeing that you just threw stuff at your husband and called him an MFer and cried in HEB for no reason. That didn't happen
For
to
no
me.
reason.
That happened to a friend of
You're
mine.
just walking down the gluten-free aisle. And
Not me, a friend, yeah.
Single tear just starts rolling. No,
she has 4 kids also.
Ooh, maybe that's why she's crying. I mean, I
Me
think
too.
about it a little bit. I get a little teary-eyed.
it's a lot.
I can't. Kids are just too much. I, keep them over. No offense.
If you ever
I feel
start
like you're a
thinking about
fantastic
it,
mom, but
I'll bring you over to the house I'll give you 30 minutes. You'll be good till 35.
I was actually talking to my mom, I think last week about that, because I said, Mom, I think, I'm starting to come around. I have a little bit of baby fever. It lasted for 2 seconds, though. I think it was more hormonal. But I had some ice cream, and I was like, oh, that's all I needed. I don't want kids. Also, I have a dog, so it's kind of like having a kid, but less. You don't put clothes on it.
I'm going to tell you, I think dogs are almost as much, puppies are worse than kids.
He's still a puppy, yeah.
Puppies are more work than kids, for real.
No tuition.
Yeah, they're free.
It's amazing.
I'm sorry, my baby bangs are going to be a thing of the day.
It's okay. I mess with mine all the time.
Sorry.
That's my thing that I do when I'm sitting at the desk. Yeah, it's like a nervous where I just constantly, and my producers are like, Clarke, your hair is fine. Stop touching your hair.
Quit with the hair.
Quit it. It looks fine, though. It'll grow back.
Thank you. What was I talking about? I went blank.
Children.
Oh,
social media.
Well, yeah. Sorry.
I'm like trying to jog my own memory, but.
Well, no, we're talking about the kids. I will tell you that lately I've been worrying so much more about that with the comparison cycle, the comparison aspect of social media. And I feel like that what's happening, especially with the generation that's hanging out in Instagram playgrounds, those people that we're creating, I feel like, I don't know, what is their reality going to be like? How tuned into like real stuff are they going to be if we're struggling with it?
Be fake.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah. So one thing that I've actually kind of noticed, I'm a news anchor, but I'm also a journalist where I really do pay attention to things and do my research. And kids are just growing up way too fast, way too fast. I mean, there are 9-year-olds that live here and go to school out here that have girlfriends and boyfriends already, and you don't even have time to be a kid. It's strange to think about, and it's kind of hard because my childhood was so different, and there is a complacency there where I feel like, okay, I've gone through that and I know who I am and I'm comfortable and I'm happy, so they can just go ahead and be crazy and wow, look at how crazy these kids are, instead of trying to help and say, hey, whatever you're worried about on social media, it's not real.
It's fake anyways.
It's fake. These expectations, I mean, there's some women, and bringing up the body image issue, because there's a lot of dysmorphia and things that can kind of happen when you're using things like Facetune and editing apps and things like that to change yourself. You are literally altering yourself. And young girls are comparing themselves to these women who have altered their body, or they changed their body angle, or they took it super early in the morning when their muscles are popping and they're dehydrated and haven't eaten anything yet because they're just starting their day. And so they take the cute fitness shot or whatever, but halfway through the day, their abs aren't as defined because you
ate,
putting
breathed,
water. Yeah, you took a breath and then all of a sudden, but then on the flip side of that, there are some women who are naturally thin and they're being body shamed, and then there are women who are more heavy set and they're being body shamed, and so it's just like, what's even real anymore?
Well, I think the biggest thing is taking Instagram for what Instagram freaking is. It is not real life. No. It's entertainment. It's a platform for promotion, but that's really all it is. And remembering, oh my gosh, so all the studies that I was looking at, one of the most recommended, I don't want to say cures because that's not a cure, but a recommended therapy for the comparison cycle and that Instagram versus reality, that whole thing that's happening right now, mindfulness.
Oh.
Swear, every single thing I found.
Just discussed. Yeah.
It was telling you, like, the reason mindfulness helps so much with this is because it makes you get off there for a minute and regroup and remember the things that you have in real life that make you happy, and stopping and doing that. I mean, I'm going to start doing it just because I do it too. I like it.
It was so amazing. That week that I took off of social media, it was so needed, because that mindfulness factor, sometimes it's just being aware, and you have to slowly cut things out that have become muscle memory and habit. Like it's not even getting rid of it completely because it's a part of my job, and I do enjoy staying in touch with my loved ones and friends and seeing their photos and, seeing beautiful places. And I mean, makeup tutorials are awesome and cooking tutorials are awesome. And now there's more authenticity that I've noticed in social media where people are being real. And so they are promoting things like mental health awareness and being aware of anxiety and different issues and the inspirational quotes and things like that. So I think it's really awesome when you're balancing things properly, but you also are kind of learning who you are and you're being honest and truthful with yourself. But you can kind of dig yourself into a hole when you're comparing yourself with others, because oftentimes it's not reality. You are taking snapshots, like you mentioned, of some of your best moments. And even though some people have done the flip side where they show, this is me, no makeup, my hair is crazy, kids are driving me insane, I'm depressed, this is really me, and that's beautiful. Most of the time, it's the perfect face, it's the touch-ups, it's the look at all my friends and look at these cute places where we're eating. And yeah, part of that's fun, but when you become obsessed with it and it becomes to the point where you have hundreds of photos that you're scrolling through your phone for and saying, okay, I want to do this one, I want to do that one. And then one friend comments, oh wait, I don't look cute in this picture, take it off, delete. And it's like, I'm posting this picture of us hanging out together, and I actually had a friend do that to me recently. We went to this really cute boutique, and she was like, oh, I don't like how I look in this. And I was like, really? You're
Nobody's
beautiful.
ever gonna.
Could you please calm down?
No, I don't know. I think the same. I think that I think that we're focusing way too much on what everybody else is doing in our fake lives and not worrying about our real lives.
Oh yeah.
Like, I feel like if you want to be better and improve yourself and reinvent yourself, I'm all about a good reinvention. I mean,
yes,
girlfriend, done it 2
it's
or
all
3
about
times.
growth.
Yes, I have reinvented myself 2 times in this lifetime. I did it once at 30. I did it again at 38 years old. Just completely reinvented myself. Changed my hair color. I mean, I went from blonde to black at 30, and I went from dark to blonde at 38 or whatever.
Yeah.
But I've reinvented myself from the things I'm doing to my job. I felt nothing bothers me more than monotony or like mundane or feeling stuck or like I'm doing the same things over and over again. So for me, change is I have to change things. I have to be moving and constantly evolving, right?
And that can be a positive, but when I think I'm kind of onto something here. When you're younger and you kind of have that same desire where you want change and everything, there's a path that you can take where it's constructive and you're bettering yourself, and there's a path you can take where you're destructive and the change comes in, okay, I'm going to change the aesthetic of my Instagram theme 1,000,000 times, or I'm going to post all these different pictures, or I'm so unsatisfied and I feel stuck, so I need to do more online. I need to, push the boundaries more. Do I want to post in a bikini picture to get more likes on a photo because I want to see a change in my followers? So there's this.
You get caught up in it.
I think we all have these similar desires to, you want to be successful and you want to grow, and you also want to have your, squad or your tribe or whatever you want to call it. And a side note, whenever anyone says they're part of a tribe, we're like, yeah, I get it, but it's just another form of squad or a group or a clique. And it's like, I mean, I get, like, you want to have your support system.
My clique pees on me, and they don't listen. I want a new clique. I want a new squad.
It's like there's this ideal, like, oh, I want to surround myself with these people who are all similar to me. But it's funny because I'll, go to restaurants, and I kind of people watch sometimes. And they're all just on their phones, annoyed with each other. It's like they absolutely cannot stand each other.
But the picture
they
you saw.
talk so much crap, but then they're like, okay, let's get together and let's take this cute picture. And then after they're done smiling, they go back to just, oh wait, don't post that. And it's weird. It's strange to me, and I'm just not like
weird.
that.
No, and I've been talking about this so much. Reinvent yourself in real freaking life. Do not reinvent yourself on social media. Facetune in your picture or whatever it is. Like, I'm not saying get off of it because, again, we can't. It's kind of a necessary evil. We've talked about that before. I mean, if you're a businesswoman and you are a person who's trying to do something a little different, where else are you going to put your stuff out there? Social media, right? Instagram.
Right.
That's where you put it. So it's a necessary evil, but you don't have to get caught up in it. And you also don't have to let it take you down a negative road to where you start feeling like you're not good enough. Or I think it's making people reclusive. and hiding behind their phones, and they're staying at home, and they're more on social media than they're going out with their friends and doing things.
That's true.
Because you're doing that comparison cycle, and like, I'm not good enough, I'm not them, I shouldn't even go, I shouldn't even bother, and it makes you more insecure. I think
so true.
My whole thing is like, reinvent yourself in real life. And I'm not talking about the stuff just that we do up here. I don't care if it's Botox. Maybe it is for you, Botox. Maybe Botox is going to be that thing that makes you feel so good about yourself that you do a bunch of million other things that make you feel good.
Yeah.
Maybe it's throwing a couple blazers into your wardrobe and upping your game a little bit.
Yeah.
Or whatever makes you feel better. Not about looking better. Whatever makes you feel better. Do those things in real life and just get off of social media trying to be happy, because you cannot be happy there. It's not going to happen.
And their business formula, Instagram, Facebook, all these outlets, it's genius because they don't have to do much. All they do is give you
We're doing all the work.
We're doing all the work. There's Boomerang, there's a couple filters or whatever, there's things that you can make shareable, but they just left it. There's your platform, and everyone has, I mean, there's creativity that is pretty cool to see when it comes to marketing and things like that, but it's up to us. And ultimately, when people say, oh my gosh, I'm just so controlled by social media and blah, blah, blah. No, you're not. You can easily just not be on your phone right now. Just put it to the side. We have so much power.
Here's what I'm going to do.
So much power.
And I thought about this, so you know I'm not just making that, it's like pulling it out of my butt.
Okay.
Look, I talked about this. I am taking a page from Clarke's book.
Uh-oh.
Putting my phone up.
What? My name's on here. Ooh,
I know.
you spelled my name right?
Got that E on there. I'm going to take a page from your book. I was really impressed from you whenever you came on and said that you got off social media for a week. We're talking about how if you're a person in business, it's a necessary evil, right? There are ways that you can figure this out and compartmentalize and get your post a day and get your whatever on there.
Oh, yeah.
My kids start school this week. I've got a kid in 2-a-days. He lost his best friend last year, so it's a rough week for him because all those firsts that his best friend's not there for. So this week, I'm going to get off of social media and tune into my kids and let the work handle the work, and I'm just not going to do it this week. So I'm taking a break. I'm doing.
Good.
How was it? I'm a little scared.
It was amazing. And it wasn't hard for me to do because I've noticed just in my own life already, I was pulling back a little bit. I'll do my posts and what I need to do for work, or keep posts that I did over the weekend or whatever, because it is. I love interacting with people and like.
But scrolling for 12 hours.
Yeah, it was already.
I
had kind of stepped back from that, and my issue was more getting sucked into news. So I would be on different apps like my CNN, my ABC, Daily Mail, even to see what kind of crazy tabloids are on there and comparing them with the real stuff, and just sometimes my sensory. It just gets numb. Like it's exhausting.
Overload.
And so my issue, it was a sensory overload. But my issue was mainly scrolling through stories and becoming kind of overwhelmed and taking in all this information. But with
and how it affects
media, and just how it affected me in reality, and what I was doing with that energy and the things I was thinking about because of what I was intaking, because it's all a process, and then it comes out and how you treat people.
Well, yeah, you're not thinking about your kid needing a new lunchbox if you're on social media. You're not thinking about the emotional aspect of that's what I'm saying. I feel like to really be in there, I'm gonna have to
made
get off.
me so much more aware, and the biggest takeaway I got from it was the fact that I had so much more time than I initially thought. Because a theme of my life has been, oh my goodness, there's not enough time in a day. I'm constantly go, 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 go. 1 minute I'm on air and I'm on and good morning, blah, blah, blah. And it's great because I get to be myself. I'm totally 100% myself on air. But there's this kind of exhaustion that comes afterward when I'm just putting everything out there. And I'm tired and I get home and I want to take like an hour or two nap, and then I wake up and it's like, I only have a few more hours left in my day, and then I have to go to sleep and redo it again. I can't.
Hours turn to minutes.
It's impossible. I can't.
Hours turn to minutes.
No, I'm not about to change the diaper at
2
3
minutes?
a.m. Also, you have a
You're gonna
postable
want a
thumbs.
minute.
You can take care of it. Anyway, it's fine. But
change yourself.
But it's just being aware that I did have so much time. And then the 5 hours, remember how I showed you my screen time?
So I looked at mine. Guess what mine was?
What?
5 hours and something.
Okay, Yeah, mine was, I think on average it was 5.5
Mine was
hours
5,
about. And so I blocked out, I actually wrote it down, which helped a lot, by the way. I say write things down, kind of like journal each day and how you're feeling.
I suck. You need to help me get better. I want to.
It's
That's
just
the only thing I'm not doing right now.
And sitting down and doing it. You just, like Nike, you just gotta hashtag do it. No, but I realized that I did have so much more time, and so I blocked out those hours. So the 5.5 hours I did, I said, okay, I have 1 hour where I can go to the gym. That's a whole hour at the gym, which is the time that I usually dedicate when I do go to the gym anyway. And then an hour for reading, and maybe an hour and a half or 2 for cooking. And then I still have time left over to do chores and to do anything else I need to do. But that's so much time that I just lost scrolling.
Well, and how much longer did the hour at the gym feel than the hour on your phone? Or the hour?
It did. It felt so much longer. And I looked at my watch, and I remember thinking, oh, shoot. I have the rest of the day left still. It's only 3 o'clock, but I already went to the gym. I did grocery shopping. I haven't taken a nap yet, but I'm still
doing more life.
Yes.
So in getting off social media, you're living more. So you're going to be more tired. You're going to sleep better. You're going to, like, I just feel like we're doing so much stuff that's dragging us in a negative direction. And it's going to be people like you who everybody's looking at, who kind of change that stuff. So I love what you're doing. I love everything you're talking about. I love that you got off social media for a week, and you are a social media influencer, and you got off there for a week.
Yeah.
And you told people that they should. I love that. I love everything you're doing right now.
And honestly, I think what has saved me is I don't see myself as, I think I need to take more responsibility in that area where I am an influencer. So I do need to be more careful. Not that I post anything negative ever, but just more mindful of what I'm posting, and maybe I could make an impact or share a good piece of advice or something that's worked for me personally in my own life. But I just never saw myself as an influencer. And even after my accounts were verified and everything, I'm just me.
Well, and you are, honey, and everybody is looking.
I know. It's weird to think
We're
about,
all
too.
looking. You're all over the place.
But we need that. We need people who are just
accountability.
Real.
And to be real. And to be real for that people right behind you. Because I've got a kid. He's looking at you. That's what I was trying to say.
Yeah.
Those kids aren't looking at me.
Yeah.
Those kids are looking at you. You know? Because you're that generation in between us.
That's very true.
And so they're watching everything you're doing. And I saw it, I'm telling you, I saw it school clothes shopping this year. I was like, oh, here we go. Here we go.
Really intense. And the shoes are looking more funky.
Man, I mean,
the style is so different. Everyone just looks like they stepped off the runway. The style's very eclectic and kind of out of the box. I remember I just wore Adidas like sweatpants. And the Roxy, or do you remember Mervyn's?
Yes.
Mervyn's? Yes. Like mud.
Yeah,
I remember this, like Paul Frank. That was my
Hey, if it was over $20, I didn't get to buy it.
Yeah,
The rule in my family was if the shirt cost more than $20 or the pants cost more, you can't get them. So
hand-me-downs.
Oh yeah, my aunt, man, whenever she would clean out her closet, I'd be like, I'll do anything for your clothes. Like, I'll clean her room.
Oh, I love
Our
that.
kids now are like I said, everything. If it doesn't have an alligator on it, I'm not wearing it.
Right. They need name brands.
Yes. No. Oh, so
they're expensive. They're getting more expensive. See, this is only making you not want to have kids.
So, well, and the town, okay, so no offense, but the town that we live in, right? Like, this is a town where, like, you know, there's a different standard, you know? And
I saw a 15-year-old with a Mustang the other day.
The struggle is,
Yeah.
right, the struggle is, do you encourage the standard? Or are you like, nope, drive this speeder and you can, you know, which one do you do in this town? That's what I'm struggling with.
And there's such a huge, that's a whole other podcast episode because there is a huge gap there.
Gap.
And there are kids who are looking at these other kids and seeing, oh, well, they have, you know, this car and they have these clothes and, you know, this lifestyle, and the parents have a big house and they're always having pool parties and I'm not a part of that. And so that's kind of, you know, in their world, oh, I feel like I just don't have the things
Cycle
that
of
people
comparison.
do. Yeah, but on the other hand,
right here.
The kid that has all that stuff, maybe their parents are working so hard and they're never around and they're lonely and they're depressed and they're sad.
Garrett and I just had that talk. Money does not make you happy.
No.
Your mind makes you happy.
Absolutely.
Your spouse doesn't make you happy. Your kids don't make you happy.
Nope.
You make yourself happy, and nobody else can make you happy. So whatever it is that you're doing right now,
Yes.
whether it's
that's amazing.
Yeah.
Because that is, It's true. You are the one that has the power. And whatever situation you're in, whatever circumstances you're facing, it's what you do in them that defines you. And
and how you take
so
that
much
and
power.
make yourself better. You have no idea what you are capable of unless you think you're capable of it.
Yeah.
Unless you think you can do it, and that's
And
what,
if you think you can't, you won't, because you're putting your own limitations on yourself. And that's what I haven't been struggling with it, but I've had to stop putting myself in a box, especially when it comes to my career and my success. I'm going to get really real for a second, but I started off as a reporter, and 10 months in, I ended up getting a promotion, and I auditioned for the anchor role. I ended up getting it because I was what they were looking for. And what they're looking for changes as far as like corporate and what they want for a morning show or an evening news show. But at the time, I was what they were looking for, and I fit that role, and it was mine. And there's no one else like me, and we're all individuals. And I think we need to accept or own the fact that there's no other version of us out there. We are singularly the only version of us that exists. Unless you want to talk about other dimensions and aliens and stuff, but that's another podcast episode as well.
Well, just be happy and own your skin and love yourself. Be happy with where you are, but use that stuff. Like use Instagram. Use those people around you that have stuff that you want or whatever in a positive way, not in a negative way. In a positive way to help promote you to do those things if that's what you want out of life.
If it's all about yourself, it's not gonna fulfill you. I got into my career because I have a heart for people. I want more authenticity in television and in news anchors, and I demand it as a consumer.
And you're doing it.
Yeah, and I'm doing it, and I have to hold myself to that standard of just being real and keeping it real. And it blows my mind because I've had so many people, reach out to me and say, you're just such a natural on TV, and I connect with you so much, and you're one of my favorite anchors. And not to toot my own horn or anything like that, but I always wondered,
well, Dr. Beck and I say that about you all the time, so.
But there was a period where I kind of sat there and I was thinking, okay, well, why me? I don't know what I'm doing. I have no idea how to be a news anchor. I don't, put my hands in weird directions, and I'm
thumbs up right
myself. But that's what people want. They don't want a talking head and someone that's going to talk in this voice and I'm going to tell you the news and blah, blah, blah.
No, and you're not that.
They want someone to be real with them.
And you're refreshing and you're different and you're fun and you're on a mechanical bull, like that. That's what I did see that.
I thought those pictures were deleted.
Dr. Beck showed me.
Oh, no.
But that's what makes you fun, and that is what I love that you're doing, because you are one of those. Every picture of you is not you perfectly face-tuned, looking perfect somewhere.
Yeah.
You're living life and you're showing your real self on Instagram, and I love that about you because that's good for my kids. My kids to see that everything is not perfect, and you do it pretty damn perfect in all your pictures, and those abs were on point. But you're doing it in a different way. You're showing the experience in its real self. You're not showing you a picture of you in front of the experience. You're really showing what you're doing. And I love that you're doing that.
It makes me so happy because in all of that, there's fulfillment for me, not only because I'm not totally focused on myself, but because I'm not comparing myself to others. And I don't really care to, because I've had enough interactions with people and even other companies and people in higher markets where they're like, we haven't seen anyone like you. How do you do this? What are you doing? I'm literally just being myself. And I feel like you can kind of dig yourself into a hole if you're trying to be the next blah, 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 the next evening anchor extraordinaire, or if you have an idol or someone that you look up to so much that you're trying to be them instead of finding out what makes you unique and what sets you apart. Because since we're all individuals, there are qualities in each of us that set us apart from literally everyone. There's something that makes us unique, all of us. And it's up to you to realize that and hone it and say, you know what, this is who I am, take it or leave it. Because, people, thankfully, they're really receptive to me, so it's kind of rewarding. But even if people were like, oh, you suck, or you sound weird, or that California accent is just a little bit too much out here in Texas, I wouldn't care, because I'm not doing it to get attention for myself. And so far, so good. I haven't had any negative feedback.
Keep doing what you're doing,
just
honey.
Because
It's your
It's
world.
me
They're
being
living in
me,
it.
and me loving people and wanting to
do
be
you.
honest and real and connecting with people and being a part of this community and not just being a face that's plastered on your screen, because it's not about that.
It's about getting in there. And, you know, well, and you travel. We've talked about we travel a lot. I
Yeah.
travel a lot. And
You're always
anywhere-
out of town.
I know.
You're always
Only in the
like, "Oh, I'm
summer.
in Vegas,
I'm
I
back.
can't meet for lunch. Oh, I'm going
back.
to, where were you, Thailand? Somewhere crazy. You're in Cancun.
I'm back now. though. I'm
Somewhere
back.
out of the country.
Well, and we do travel a lot, but I feel like that you take so much from other places and bring it home whenever
Yeah.
you travel. And travel changes you, and travel is an experience, and
It is.
you're showing that on your Instagram, and that's what I'm watching, and that's what I want my kids to watch, the experience, not the stuff. If
Yeah.
that makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that and you, because I mean, I'm old, and you're young and cool. They're watching you.
No,
and
you're
they-
so cool.
I'm
You
not
have the
trying
camo jacket going
got a
on.
cool
We did
jacket.
the jacket and the skirt
I got a
thing
cool
today.
jacket. Hey, we had that done. Right. Speaking of,
Yes,
do you need to clean out your closet?
I do.
Okay.
Yes.
So we have this really cool thing that we're doing on Saturday, and Garrett, my
Is it a
oldest,
garage sale?
he will
Let
actually
me be there.
He will actually sell your clothes for you.
Yes.
But it's here.
Wait, please
It's not a garage sale. It's a closet clean out. So we are doing.
Wait,
It's
I'm not even kidding.
Swear.
I was going to go through my closet and get rid of this kind of stuff.
Or bring it to me, and I'll let Garrett sell it for you.
People can buy my anchor dresses.
I'm
And
telling-
like, I mean, things that I'm trying to.
Do it.
Ooh,
So we
I
have
love this.
It's on Saturday, this Saturday, the 17th.
Okay.
It's from 10 to 1. So all of our stylists in BRL are dressed to the nines all of the time. I don't know if you see them
They
on
are.
social media.
Oh,
I
yeah.
mean, everything is designer. y'all.
I'm pretty sure I follow pretty much everyone, all the receptionists, and they're always.
Y'all,
every
I found
time,
a
just-
YSL tag. I think somebody put it on social media. I found a YSL tag in front of the microwave the other day, and I'm like, only in BRL.
Only.
Yeah. So
cute.
those
The wedges.
clothes,
I
girl,
get so much inspiration. I would like Instagram stalk a couple of them. It's fine.
all their stuff is going to be up here. So they're all cleaning, all of our stylists, myself, JC, all of us. We're all cleaning out our closets and reselling our stuff on Saturday the 17th. But also we have boutiques in town. I think we have 7 or 8 boutiques coming.
Okay.
Some of the names. Yes, it's
Why
like
are
a
you
big
just
deal.
telling me about
Because
this?
it's just happening. We have, okay, what all do we have?
I needed this like
We
2
have-
weeks ago. Wait, I'm excited. Better late
Okay,
than never, because
here we
I
go.
have so much to get rid of.
Stylist closet clean out. It's a big ass Botox party. Those are my notes. It's a big ass Botox party.
Has the quotes around it.
I did. A big ass. Saturday the 17th from 10 to 1. We are going to have food trucks here. The boutiques. We're going to do a lip filler giveaway valued at $700. $700.
They're pricey.
So free lips that day. You don't have to be here to win, but you have to come to enter and buy something or do a service. We have 40% off of all kinds of retail products, MC Aesthetics and BRL. So it's just going to be a big event. We're going to have drinks and food trucks, and the community's welcome to come.
Yeah.
We have all the boutiques, and then of course our stylists. And I'm going to clean out my closet. I have not.
You better
Yes.
save some good stuff for me.
So
I'm
Garrett,
getting ready. I'm getting ready.
Garrett's at home doing like warm-ups right now because he's like, he's
Gotta lift
ready.
a couple weights, just have a armful of shopping bags, getting some curls in.
Yeah, and he's like, and it's for a good cause. So I'm going to donate my clothes, whatever I make, the profits from my clothes, to a good cause, and we'll announce that later. So Garrett's going to help me with that. So.
Oh, that's awesome. Wait, I really want to do this.
You need
Yeah,
so many.
if
Look,
you
we
have,
have
like,
J
do I need
Posh.
to bring
We have.
a table?
Yeah, I mean,
of
no.
my own,
We'll hook
okay,
you up.
because
You
I have
just
a
bring
lot
your
of clothes
fancy,
and some
fabulous
shoes.
self.
I got.
Bring it, and I'll help Garrett do mine and yours. Deal?
Yes.
You don't
deal.
have to do it. You just bring it out.
Yes, Garrett.
Garrett, do it.
You're the
Garrett.
man.
Number 77. Okay. Aw, he got his number today, so I'm excited.
Oh, yes.
I wanted to tell y'all some of the boutiques that are coming.
I'm so excited. So are these boutiques from out of town? Like
From
bigger
here.
cities?
Local.
Oh, local. Okay. Cool.
So we have for sure. Sorry, guys. We have J Posh, Evelyn Rose, Chic Silhouette.
Actually, haven't heard of Chic Silhouette.
Copper Lace and Pearls Boutique. Meraki's Boutique. Birkin Bardot Boutique. Q's Texas Barbecue Express is one of the food trucks, and we have other ones coming. So come for the big ass Botox party.
The potato salad.
And oh yeah. Talk to me about
barbecue.
Some barbecue. And we're gonna have snacks, margaritas, drinks. So it's gonna be a big party Saturday.
So I'm gonna be here all day. Pretty much is what you're telling me.
Well, and the biggest thing is
I have everything I need.
We never have walk-in appointments on Saturdays. So Saturday is a walk-in and get treated day. Walk-in Botox party. Do not have to schedule for this. So you can do Botox or fillers. We're not going to do any other services, just Botox and fillers. So 10 to 1. Did I say that part already?
10 to 1? Yeah.
10 to 1 on Saturday. Yes.
I'm in.
And if any of my other friends need Garrett to sell their clothes, just text me, because he will.
Yes.
Thanks, Garrett.
I'm so excited.
I am. It's going to be fun Saturday.
Because I need to get rid of some.
We do this about once a year, and it's just a good way for like the town to come together. And like I said, our girls are so well dressed over there. Those are some shopping fools. Never been over there when they weren't shopping online. Everybody. So
I love it.
Good stuff. Good stuff to find.
Oh, I'm so excited.
Thank you for coming again.
Thanks for having me. It's always, it's so fun. I always
promise
feel
you'll be back.
So much lighter after
like
our
therapy?
Conversations. It's like therapy where I just need to get it all out, and it's past my bedtime, but it's so worth it.
Oh, cheers.
But I love you so
you're making me look bad with this wine.
Oh, no, I had coffee before. I was like, okay, I need to at least pump myself with a little bit of coffee for like 2 hours so I can be awake. And then I had some wine, and I was like, am I going to start having...
Well, I'm going to go home and remember how to mom for school.
Just brush against the mic, too, but...
I'm out of practice. Like...
You have to have relays.
I'm gonna
it's
have
like
to...
a montage, like in those old school movies where you wake up really early. Okay, you've been in there 5 minutes already. You need to wake up. And you're making lunch downstairs, and you made breakfast, but your kid's already rushing out the door. Mom, I don't have time to eat.
They kind of roll their eyes. I'm a different kind of mom. I'm kind of a, like, Alexa may be playing, like, I went down to Mississippi. Like, I'm a dancing,
oh my gosh,
silly, annoying
Honestly, I would just
mom.
throw a Pop-Tart at my kid and say, have a good day.
Now Garrett has to have 12
Watch
eggs
me
and
in 3 years wanting
log
kids.
of sausage.
Seriously, we'll see. I'll get back to you.
You've
You'll be
this.
the first person.
You've got this. I'll coach you through it. Cheers again to that. I'll coach you through it. Thanks for joining us, y'all. We'll see you next week.